I was gonna go fishing in our pond. That's us right here. She's just running down. That's all us. That's all our property right there. Gonna take a drink. You guys need some water? Puts out about 1,000,000 gallons a day. Goes straight down. It's a waterfall. Pretty cool, huh? That's pretty neat. Some, a little bit of snow. I tell you what, that wind chill is awful. It is awful. Too cold. Too cold. Gotta do chores. I now have a new problem, which I can live with, and I'll show and share with you guys in just a minute. The problems that we had a few days ago, I went and I did what I had to do, and I know a few folks out there, probably tree hugging hippies, and they probably don't like that I have to do what I got to do, but you know, I owe it to other wildlife to do it. So it had to be done, and it's done, and I fixed that problem, and now I have a new problem. And those of you that don't know what I'm holding up here, these are snares, and snares, traps, whatever you can do to prevent your problem. And you've got to put something out. You've got to do something about the predators. You gotta do something about the predators. So now I have a new problem, and it's one I can live with, and I'm happy with that. And I think a lot of you other folks out there will be happy with that too. Got some guests that I do like. Look at that. Can you see? Here, let's zoom in. See if I can pan. There we go. Hey there. Oh, look at you. Got another one. That's 1, 2, 3. Where's Daddy at? Oh, he's out here. I know he is. Gotta make sure. This is why I have to keep the coyotes out. They're coming for that sound you hear over there, that spring. It was fast, man. You clear them out, you get them off your property, and you'll see a change just like that. I guess too, all during the day, or the day before, and all during the day, that day, I'd seen at least 6 deer. And you folks might remember from the old place that we lived at, we used to have about 8 to 10 come up in our yard every day. And I'm hoping to get it like that here as well, as long as I do my part to prevent predators from running them off. And all I gotta do is just do a little preventive work to keep that from happening. I have to keep the perimeter tight, and that'll keep the friendlies coming in, and less predators to snatch your kids up or, you know, attack your dog. I heard some crazy stories. Thank you guys for the comments too. I heard some crazy stories from folks saying, you know, I had a boxer, the boxer got killed, and you know, all these different types of things. And I took everyone's advice from that, but I kind of was running with the same advice that folks were giving me anyway. So I just went ahead and rocked it and did that. That's what I did. Other stuff going on. I know a lot of you probably want updates. So a lot of stuff going on. We finally dug through a lot of stuff that was packed up and started getting everything unboxed. It's a pain in the butt trying to figure out where everything goes, setting stuff up, building things, and I showed you guys a little bit of that. Sippy is she's helping me tomorrow. She says we have to can tomorrow, so we're going to be trying out a new canner. We have a different canner thanks to Sergeant Billy Cool Hand out there. We have a different canner, and we're going to do a little demo, a show and tell, a show and tell of a canner, and we've got some stuff we got to can. Here's the project that I've been working on. I told you guys I wanted to do a weapon wall, and I can't fit everything that I want to fit, and some things I've got to break it up, and it's just a place to store my stuff. So when I need to use it for doing things outside, I can go and grab it. It's right there, and grab it and go and do what I need to do, and or play with whatever it is that I'm doing that day. So it's a lot of this stuff. There's so much craziness, and I've got to have some kind of organization, and that's what it all boils down to, is being able to run, grab what I want, and go do what I want to do. And it's just it gets aggravating trying to dig through a bunch of stuff and sift through a bunch of stuff. So what did I do with that one thing? So I'm trying to organize this trash so when I'm doing a project, I can grab it. And that's going to be the same thing with my leather work. I'm going to be building a leather workbench with nice, nifty little slots to hold all my tools. And I'm going to take everybody through that. So just bear with me as I build all this trash, and we can start making some crazy stuff. It's going to be fun. A few adjustments to make to this. It's not fully complete, but for the most part the wall is done, and you can see I just basically burned and then stained, and then I sealed it up. So got nice clear on there, and then just started putting all my other projects together. Most of you remember some of the other projects that I've built along the way, and some of you stuck around for that, and all the gun racks and bow racks and all that stuff was made by me. So all this stuff I've built, so I figured that's maybe perfect for this wall, is to put things I make myself and by hand. And that's what it's all about, saving money and building things yourself. All right, so we had a nice little night the other night. We've actually been able to wind down some and sit down and hang out as a family. And two of our kids have been sick, Drew and Ellie. They've been sick, and I can't take them outside. They love doing this camping stuff, and they're always wanting me to make a campfire and so they can sit around it and stuff. All three kids, they just love the outdoors. They love being outside all the time, and I wanted to make them a campfire and stuff like that. But I told them, so well, why don't we just do something kind of in the living room? So that's what we did the other night. It's good. I mean, we're finally getting a little bit extra time. We're getting all this trash put away and put where it goes, and getting situated, and we can sit down and read books to the kids and whatnot. And we got to have a little evening with some spooky stories, and Zippy likes to sit around and read them goofy stories. So she pulled that out. It's pretty funny. I got a clip of that. I was just kind of I was like, well, I'm gonna put this on a little file and save it for later on, but I'll share with you guys. It was pretty funny.
And he scampered away. The boy took the toe into the kitchen and showed it to his mother. "It looks nice and plump," she said. "I'll put it in a soup and we'll have it for supper." Ew. That night his father carved the toe into 3 pieces. And they each had a piece. And when they did the dishes and it got dark, they went to bed. The boy fell asleep almost at once, but in the middle of the night, a sound awakened him. It was something in the street, a voice. It was calling to him. "Where's my toe?" It groaned. When the boy heard it, he got very scared, but he thought, "He doesn't know where I am. It will never find me." And he heard the voice once more, only it was closer and closer. "Where's my toe?" It groaned.
They ate it.
The boy pulled the blankets over his head and closed his eyes. "I'll go to sleep. But he soon heard the back door open, and the voice, he heard it again. Where's my toe? It was coming closer. The boy heard the footsteps move through the kitchen into the dining room, into the living room, into the front of the hall, and then slowly it climbed the stairs. Closer. Closer. It came. And soon they were upstairs. And now they were outside his door. Ellie, where's my toe?
It was very far away.
The voice groaned. He opened his door.
Scooby.
He was shaking with fear. He listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark towards his bed. And then they stopped. Where's my toe?
Please take me.
You got it!
You're scaring my life. Oh, to me.
Nice.
Time.
But speaking of books, real quick, I was reading some crazy books the other night. There was one book I picked up. It's from the 80s. It was really good, and it got me thinking. And I know with the coronavirus and everything going on, you want to know what's very similar to all that in a book. It's Stephen King's The Stand. Stephen King's The Stand is almost right down to the T. What the virus was called, Captain Trips or something like that. That's what they started. They nicknamed it, right? They nicknamed it Captain Trips. And the detail that went into the book was way different than the movie. If you guys ever seen the movie's like 4 hours long. I think if it's not 4 hours, it's at least 3 or really close. But I remember the book was way different than the movie just because of the graphic details that went into that Stephen King's The Stand, in case somebody missed that part when I started talking. But the graphic details that went between each one is just totally different. And I tell you, I mean, down to the point, even where there was martial law, even how the virus started. The virus started, they were all in a laboratory and it was told to lock down, and one of the guys got away, right? One of the military police, he ran. He ran, got his family and booked it, and he had the virus. And it spread. They couldn't contain it, and it spread all over the place, and it got out of control. That goes. If you guys get a chance, I mean, at least see the movie, and it'll make you really think. Even to the point where there's martial law, and what was it? That general or somebody, I can't remember who it was. He says to him, "I don't have to listen to your crap anymore, lady," and just they gunned down all the reporters and everything and said, "This is martial law." And they just, they took it to a whole nother level. It was because the virus was so hardcore and people got sick so quick. It was a flu, and that flu bug passed around and everybody just started dying off. And the details from the book was pretty interesting. With martial law being declared, they just went, they had to go on this, like, everyone who had a sign or symptom of being infected, they didn't even waste their time. They just started killing them and burning bodies. And that goes into, like, the details of the book, how, like, if they were a druggie or something like that, or if whatever it was, like, they would find the largest Coke score of their life in the book, from the book. It's like they would have more than what they knew what to do with. It's like an alcoholic that could have more to drink than he ever dreamed of, and it goes with people who like to wine and dine until the bodies start to stink, and then everybody has to roll. But it's interesting characters, and interesting story plot and the way it rolls out. But I found that pretty interesting. Also to the detail of, you know, kids hurting themselves, trying to find their parents, and the details, that difference between the book. Those little details are kind of left out in the movie. It's a good view. I mean, it'll definitely put things in perspective. And with the scare and, you know, PPE sold out all over the world pretty much. And from what I've heard, it's preparation is key. Preparation is key. You're going to have to get your stuff together. If you don't have it together, you're going to need to get your stuff figured out. And you can't procrastinate any longer. For some of you out there, you really need to think about this. It's not about spending the money. It's about gathering. And you can gather a lot of stuff for free if you just ask the question that needs to be asked in the right place. Sometimes that kind of goes with, you know, over time, I've watched people throw out masks and throw out all kinds of stuff. We don't need these. This thing's expired, or this thing has reached it's inadequate now because it's outdated and it's been replaced by this, and you know what I mean? You know how many people have scored crates of old military crap because it's outdated and needs to be put away and slid into a location somewhere? Military auctions. There used to be Dermo. I think Dermo went out of business though. I can't think of everything these days. But the key is that you can score a lot of interesting crap for free. I'm just saying. That's what it's all about. Building it by hand and trying to get it yourself. Preparation stuff though, I would definitely you know, stock up on certain things right now. You could. It's about $1. You know, about $1. You can go get yourself some bleach. You know, get yourself some bleach. Stock up on some water. It's good to have some water on hand. I'm not going to go into a full preparation thought, but get it while you can before everyone freaks out and starts buying it all up. That's all I got, and I just wanted to share that little thought with you guys and an update. So things have changed. It's looking better. I have guests that I want. That's good. All right. God bless you guys and gals. We love you, and I'll see you next time.